Hi, it's Jeff.
And Denise from MouseSteps.com.
And this is episode number 556.
556.
Of MouseSteps Weekly.
Sponsored by MEI Travel and Mouse Fan Travel. Today we are going to be talking all about Oogie Boogie Bash at Disney's California Adventure, which I believe is pretty much sold out for the year.
It is.
However, Halloween at the Disneyland Resort will be continuing through the end of October, and we do recommend it. So if you're looking to book the Disneyland Resort or Halloween on the High Seas or Walt Disney World.
Halloween Festival at Disneyland Paris, of course.
Yes.
Coming up very soon.
We're looking forward to that. Check out MEI and Mouse Fan Travel. Head to their website, fill out that no obligation quote. And of course, we've got the holidays not too far away now.
So let's get started. Here we are at Oogie Boogie Bash. This was night number 1, and as you could see, sold out. The whole rest of the run is sold out. Although the second party we went to, shockingly, was not sold out, at least when we walked in the gate.
It was interesting to see, tickets still available, but most tickets were not still available for the rest of the season.
Now, we recommend checking in inside the park if you already have a reservation, if you have an annual pass, if you're inside Disney's California Adventure. The check-in process couldn't be easier, at least the 2 times we did it. There was hardly any wait, and this second time there was 0 wait. You just walk in, scan your ticket, get the wristband, they give you the map and all your information that you need.
And I just want to say that I always call Oogie Boogie Bash the icing on the cake of Disneyland's Halloween time, because there's so much Halloween all over the parks. You don't have to do Oogie Boogie Bash, but you can, and we enjoy 2 times this year.
That's right. And you just saw the event map, which again, they give you when you check in. Very important. It has all the times, everything you need, but we're going to go over all of that. First, though, let's look at some of the merchandise for sale this year.
I don't think I bought anything for myself, but you picked up the Roosevelt shirt, which is really nice. I've got a lot of
compliments on that, even here at Walt Disney World.
Especially here. And
I love the hat. Like this hat we were considering, or you were considering.
No, you were wanting to get it for me, but I'm like, where else would I wear that?
It's super cute. Your favorite is Scary Teddy is your favorite Nightmare Before Christmas character.
And I told Jeff, I was like, I have to see it in the wild first, but I just, I would have to wear it only during Halloween, only in the parks. And so it was a
you
no-go
could have been
for me.
a rebel. You could have worn that for Christmas anytime.
There's your Roosevelt shirt. We've also seen the Spirit jersey and a hoodie.
I was shocked.
I already have a hoodie.
I was shocked in a very good way to see that nice Roosevelt shirt.
I saw it first and I'm like, there's a Roosevelt shirt here.
I couldn't believe it.
Of course.
And I was thinking, there's no way it would be in my size. But it was. They had all kinds of sizes. Well, yes, eventually, because they were selling fast that first night. They were flying off the shelves, as was a lot of the merchandise.
So here is, there are some pins. You've got the Oogie Boogie Bash 2025 pin. I love that, I like that they have a nice variety of merchandise every year. I didn't get a hoodie or anything because I have one from last year. So
that's the Magic
and it was
Key
too hot for a hoodie.
T-shirt there.
I was going to say, it's too hot for a hoodie in California, at least when we were there. It was really hot. So,
heat wave. Of course there was a heat wave when we were there. It truly was a heat wave.
But often we see guests, if it was cold, they'd be buying them.
So our first stop was Syndrome. Now, this was the opening night of the party, the first time he had ever appeared. We did not wait in line at this point because the line was outrageously long. We just really kind of went over to where he was and got a little video clip. We did meet him later on in party number 2, and it was a great experience. It was better than expected, actually, his whole experience.
Right, and these are treat trails, so their appearances, you're not really meeting the character, but they can be interacting with you. So as you go by, and so you're getting candy as you're seeing him.
And I want to mention he is from The Incredibles, and he replaced Sid from Toy Story.
And Sid was fantastic.
Yes.
And over here, we just picked up our buttons for being magic key holders. So that's something special each Oogie Boogie night. That's the annual pass that they have. Plus you get candy. There's the photo op. It's really a nice setup.
Yeah, and it's exclusive just for the Magic Key holders. And as you said, definitely try to find time during the night if you are a key holder. Here is Megara from Hercules, and she's over by the Grizzly River water wheel area. Also, you'll notice that Pain and Panic will be there, and we'll see them later on in the evening. And now we're going to go on another treat trail. This is a returning character. It is Maleficent.
And Maleficent has always been a favorite character of mine when she's been at Oogie Boogie Bash. This is a different area for her. She was in a different location before with a spinning wheel. But now she has a whole different setup.
I love this area, especially we went back and checked it out at night. It's very spooky and with all sorts of smoke and menacing music and everything. So this is a great place for Maleficent. Really nice, nicely lit at night, and she was fantastic.
Right. If you're just looking to get some photos of her, like daytime is great, but at night is when it really looks amazing. And again, you can stop here, multiple times in the evening, and you pick up your candy and enjoy interacting.
And this is what I like most about the entire Oogie Boogie Bash thing, and it's a little different than we have at Mickey's Not So Scary here at Walt Disney World. There's an area where you can step aside and just kind of interact with the character.
Often. Not always, but often.
Often, right? Most do. Not all, but most. And in this case, yes, they did have that. And it's so nice because if you just want to get your candy and walk through, you can do that. But in our case, if you want to kind of watch her do her thing and get some clips or some pictures, you're able to do that too. So I think that's a big bonus for this event.
And I like the treat trails because they're like theater. Like it's like seeing a show on every stage.
Right, an interactive show, even better. Now we're looking at Yokai here, and he is from Big Hero 6. He is in the San Francisco area. And the funny thing is, we went to 2 Oogie Boogie Bashes, and we only saw him out the first event for a very short period of time. Every other time we went by, there was nobody there.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. Weird. It was, I guess we just went by at the wrong time.
Yeah, but we waited even.
They're not always there.
Right.
So here is Red the Fire Truck, one of several Cars characters, not as many as there used to be.
Right.
Dressed for Halloween, Red is a clown. You see Mater is a vampire, and then Lightning McQueen is a superhero. Cruz is not out as a pirate this year.
We didn't see Cruz at all the entire time we were in California.
Nor DJ, who used to be out as well. There used to be, I think, 5 characters.
So now we're going to take a look at the Frightfully Fun Parade, and we're going to start that off, though, with the Headless Horseman. And this is Ichabod Crane here. Very, very different way that this is done than the version at Walt Disney World's Mickey's Not So Scary. This is a much slower, but there's more to a story. There's more of a story to it with the extra characters. At Walt Disney World, you just have the horseman, no Ichabod. So I do like this. I think this is. I'm glad that both exist.
And it's more of a walk.
Right, and yes, in the Florida case, it's it's actually a trot, although when it comes around the corners, it can do a walk as well.
Although at Mickey's Not So Scary, it used to be like a gallop.
It used to be really fast. You'd hear the horse coming before it even got there.
Years ago, they'd be like, don't take pictures. But now, of course, everybody's taking pictures.
Well,
so
don't take flash pictures.
Right, right, no flash pictures. So here are Mickey and Minnie in Frightfully Fun Parade. This is a really fun parade. It has not changed too much over the years, I don't think.
Right.
And so there is a Frightfully Fun Parade float, the first float.
And we watched it from 2 different areas. The first was Buena Vista Street, which you're seeing that now. And then later on, the second half of the parade, we watched from Paradise Gardens. And we're going to show a little of that too. So just to give an idea of the different vantage points, the different lighting. But I actually thought this was a pretty great spot.
This is the mayor in his car. This is a great spot because of those beautiful purple trees that are so lovely lit up.
And there was nobody across from us allowed to watch in that area. It was roped off, so a lot of the characters would kind of play to us, which I liked as well.
And this is across from where the outdoor dining at Carthay Circle is. So there is Jack and Sally.
New look Jack. We're finally seeing Jack with his new look here at Disneyland that debuted at Mickey's Not So Scary. We were there for his very first meet and greet appearance.
At Mickey's Not So Scary.
Correct.
But then here at Oogie Boogie Bash. But then he also meets at Disneyland.
Right. And he was great at Disneyland.
He was great at Disneyland.
But this was his very first appearance at the first Oogie Boogie in the first parade.
Right. And Jack and Sally have been here for a very long time in this parade.
And we can also see Zero peeking out over there. And this reminds me, back when they had cavalcades during the pandemic at Walt Disney World, they had a cavalcade of Jack and Sally. And I miss that. I miss seeing them as kind of part of a parade at Walt Disney World. I think you should get more Nightmare Before Christmas in a parade at Walt Disney World. Maybe add them to the Boo-to-You parade. Wouldn't that be something?
Well, maybe you put them during the day so that the day guests can see something besides decorations
I love that idea, as you know. Now we're looking at the Haunted Mansion segment.
the hitchhiking ghost. You have there's quite a bit to this area. You've got the hitchhiking ghosts who are they've been in this parade also a long time. You don't really see the hitchhiking ghosts as much now. You see them at Mickey's Not So Scary, but we used to not. So they're really great characters here. And then you have the bride at the back. You've got the ballroom dancers. You've got ballroom dancers also, like you've got the screens. So there's a lot going on here. You've got also the grave diggers.
Right, and they do the spark with the pavement here, although it all depends on this is
type
brick.
Of pavement,
this is
probably.
brick, so they had a rough time getting much spark out of it. I did notice, and there was much more spark in the Paradise area that we saw the other parade. So,
and I hadn't even noticed anything about the bricks and such. So that's very interesting. I actually, and we'll see it, I like the Paradise Gardens area very much in many ways.
Speaking of the Paradise Gardens area, the rest of our video we're showing is from that.
And there is Dr. Facilier. I just want to say, I liked it here because it wasn't as busy at first.
True.
And it's where the parade comes out from. I think I was told a lot of guests don't know that it's coming out from that location. So
it's definitely good if you are going to be lining up a little bit later for the parade. There's often spots almost right up until showtime.
And we're heading into even more of the villains area. You've got the Queen of Hearts. You've got Captain Hook, Jafar. There is Frollo.
Frollo is surprising. You don't see him out very much anymore. So it's a fun segment, and you're going to be seeing Ursula rolling around, which we were just talking about. Ursula debuted this kind of parade mechanism.
The rolling part.
Way back in, I think, 1991, Spectral Magic, she started doing this. So it's kind of evolved over the years. They have her in now the Boo to You parade at Walt Disney World, and of course still at the Frightfully Fun Parade.
And as she is here, I think first I saw her in Frightfully Fun Parade.
And this is close to the end of the parade, the final float.
And Mother Gothel is, I think this is the first time that she has appeared. Is it the second?
Second, yeah.
Sorry. Second year, and Cruella is there, and Evil Queen, and then I believe Maleficent is at the end. And Cheshire Cat is not in it.
No, and I thought that was just maybe something happened, something went wrong during the first night, but no, turns out he has been cut from the parade, and you can still see it's ready for him. So it's a shame, no Cheshire Cat. But now you can meet him, and we'll talk about that a little later. But it certainly makes up for it because he was a fantastic meet and greet character.
And we used to, not used to, every year in recent years we've met Cheshire Cat at Disneyland Paris.
And I hope that continues this year. He's one of my favorite characters to meet.
Same here.
So that is it for the Frightfully Fun Parade. The next stop is going to be Dr. Doofenshmirtz, and he is at the Disney Theater in Hollywoodland. We're about to see that as soon as we wrap up the parade. And here we go. We're entering now to see Dr. D from Phineas and Ferb.
And again, this is one of the treat trails. And I just love, they're all villainous treat trails. Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated. And this year there's a Bubbleinator. So every so often you'll have bubbles coming from the ceiling, which I thought was a fun effect.
Right. And I think he's about to light that one off. And yeah, you're right. This one in particular is one of the more interactive treat trails. And Dr. D does like to talk to you. Every time I've walked by, he'll try to engage in conversation or show you some of his inventions and things like that. So, yeah. And I think as we just talked about the bubbles, here they are.
And I would say most of the characters like to interact and talk. Which I think it makes it for a lot of fun for guests.
Now I know we mentioned about having a place to step aside and kind of watch. This one doesn't really have anything like that. In this particular case, you do have to
kind of move along.
Keep moving. I mean, you can stop for a little tiny
bit,
right
now.
Right, but you can't stop for 2 or 3 minutes like you can at other characters.
Ernesto de la Cruz, you can usually watch him from afar.
And now we're going to see Judge Doom here from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. This location is where the Sanderson sisters with Minnie and Daisy and Clarabelle were in previous years. They've been moved. We'll talk about that later. But a good spot, a very good spot for Judge Doom, I thought.
And Judge Doom, I think this is about his 3rd year.
Yeah, something like that, at least.
So he's been extremely popular. We will see with a tuned shoe. Although we have not seen the Toon Shoe dip since the first year.
Yeah, that only happened in the first year. Then they had devised this little cage in the second in this current year. But he's good as usual, and it seems like his set has grown a little bit. There's more to it than there was when it was sort of at the end of the alley where it was in the first couple of years.
And where he was before was where Maleficent used to be.
Correct. In previous,
a number of years ago.
The first few years we went. Yeah, we've been doing. I think we only missed the first one. We've been to everyone since.
I think so, and usually we do 2.
Yeah, we've never not done 2. I think so.
No, the first year we didn't. We just did one, and I said I think we should do 2 because it's hard to see everything in just one.
Even 2, we didn't see everything
because we photograph and are taking video,
right.
Then I'm always wanting to do rides, and then we almost never do them. So I do recommend 2 if you can do it.
So Ernesto de la Cruz, he is very, very popular. He's in the Hyperion Courtyard, also in Hollywood Land. I enjoy I enjoy seeing him. He always sings Remember Me, but he has the biggest area to watch of any of these different villains. And because everybody is waiting for him to sing Remember Me, which he will, but it may not take like till I think every 7 or 8 minutes, maybe even 10. So if you miss it, you're going to wait.
He is fantastic though. Really, I mentioned this is like theater to me. So just I enjoy this. And so he's very popular,
and
though. He's one of the more popular characters.
When he's not singing, highly interactive.
He'll talk. Yeah, he talks, and just so fun.
And now we're looking at Agatha Harkness. I think this is her 4th year in the Avengers campus. An Ancient Sanctum is where she appears.
And what's interesting to me is, like, you never know if she's going to be on the ground, or sometimes I think she's still maybe on the rock.
Yeah,
right?
We've seen her on the rock. I think the second time our second party, she was up on the rock.
And yes. I just think it's very, very interesting to see her in different ways.
And now this will be the second year that she is in this more normal, like business type of outfit. She was in a completely different getup from the TV show the first year or 2.
Well, she was first in WandaVision, and then she was in Agatha All Along.
Right, that's right.
Which we didn't end up finishing.
Yeah,
so
we only made it halfway.
So it's just, I think, another outfit from, I'm thinking Agatha All Along, but don't quote me because I didn't see all of that.
It was still a fun treat trail, though. So now we're going to talk about the Mickey and Donald, and also, although we didn't see, Goofy are in their Kingdom Hearts outfits here. And this is a very, very popular actual meet and greet experience.
But not as popular, I don't think, as it was when it was more visible.
Right, it's more hidden now.
Right, it's where Madame Mim had been last year. And Madame Mim, I miss. She was fantastic.
She was.
The Kingdom Heart Mickey, something happened. We heard he broke his key. So
he didn't have the key. He had the key when we first walked in, but then something happened.
The key disappeared.
Yeah, that happens in these video games. Things get broken.
Yes, you never know. And I don't think he had it the other night either.
Oh, and we just saw our good friends Robert and Katie from Daps Magic. We hang out with them every year for the first party, and we always have a blast. So hi to those guys.
Yes, and here is
Donald, give me the high five.
You have to be super quick though when you come up here. You can't spend too much time, just like with the Sanderson sisters.
Well, in this case, Donald wanted to interact a little bit. Now, we're going to get into some actual traditional meet and greets here, and this one is with the Cheshire Cat. We referenced that earlier. He was really fun. And this is in the Carthay Circle area, and the characters have changed this year. So you have Cheshire Cat, who's new. You've got the Tweedles, who are new for this area. And I don't remember everybody who was here because we only met Cheshire Cat. Right. Well, the other characters we have seen in the past, including Hans. We've met Hans multiple times another year, so we didn't wait for him. And he was one of the other characters meeting. And there was a time when Cheshire Cat was a distant appearance character at Disneyland. Yeah. For a little, he stood in the grass with Alice. That was fun. It was fun, because we hadn't seen him anywhere but Disneyland Paris at that time. And it's nice to see him here. Well, he's so tired after meeting all his fans that he can't make it into the parade, I guess. He needs a rest. And I just want to say that prior to Oogie Boogie Bash, during the day, you have different characters here. You have Mickey and in costume. So like Donald Duck is a devil. Mickey has his outfit. So
during the day it's a different experience.
So now we're going to meet the host of the party
We're not
himself.
meeting. You like to say meet. We are
going to
see
encounter.
him.
We will encounter him.
Yes.
But
he is
I
making
know
an appearance.
I know what you're saying. But
we are not meeting any of them.
We're seeing them though.
Yes.
Close
it's
up.
Totally different.
Here comes Mr. Boogie. I loved his entrance. I have not ever seen his entrance before, and he made a grand one.
I still remember the first time that he appeared here, the line was so long because when you have a new character, that's when those lines get long. Like I still remember Cruella when she was there. Cruella live action was fantastic.
But this has evolved every year.
Yes.
I think they've made it much easier now to get pictures with them. They completely redid the inside area of the Oogie Boogie Trail. So it's actually much better. There is a little area where you can stand, get pictures, get video, get a selfie with them. And that is something that they didn't have before. So I say a big improvement in this one.
And of course you have a bunch of different candy buckets, and it's not just candy. It's like you have goldfish, and then goldfish grams, and then
we didn't even mention the
craisins.
Candy is great, like excellent candy selection.
But it's not just candy.
No carrots this year.
No carrots, no grapes, which I miss both of those.
So here we have Hades here.
And no sun chips.
No sun chips.
Yes,
right.
and Hades is here. Yes, and
this is at the Backlot Stage in Hollywoodland. He is, of course, from Hercules, and he's appearing. I think this is his second year. Yeah, it's his second year.
And the thing everybody waits for here is the orange hair. And there's
red hair. When you get him
the red
he
hair.
gets
it's
red
orange,
with rage.
But it's like fire, like orange, like fire.
Well, we're about to find out, so we can let our viewers judge what color it is.
Sometimes it takes a really long time, and there's a carpet that you're supposed to be able to stand on. Although one of the nights, like the cast members were like, you can't stand there.
Yeah,
but that's where you're supposed to be able to stand.
There is that. Color you say is orange, I say is red.
But I barely saw it because, it was so long in between. I'm like, I want to go do something else.
Let me explain. The cast members were telling people to move along. Hades himself was saying, don't tell them, let them stay. It's kind of like at a rock concert.
I did not hear that.
You ever go to a concert and people are sitting and then they're standing, and then the security says, sit down, but the act says, no, let them stand. That's what it was like
because
here.
The carpet's not in the area that's for guests to get candy.
So now we have arrived at the Villains Grove. The Villains Grove is one of the real highlights of the event. There's no characters in there. It's just a spooky, fun place, and the whole area does have connections to Disney. We're going to start off here in the Hunchback area.
Would you say fun? Like, I think more mystical, fantastical.
All that is,
like, you're not going to find a lot of fun here.
Well,
but
I enjoy it, so it is fun for me.
I think it's, like, very beautiful.
Yes.
So there's a bunch of different themed areas.
And I'm just going to give a tip. This was happening, the time that I went through, this was a different time. You and I went together, but I went myself to get this video. This was during the second parade. I found this was really a great time, because normally when you go through here it is packed and you can't really see all the effects, especially on the ground, the projections, because the other guests are walking over them and through them. This was the best experience I have ever had of all the years at the Villains Grove.
And it's just beautiful. Like, you kind of like the sights and the sounds, and the theming is subtle, but like here you can see this is
Cheshire
a Cheshire
Cat.
Cat theming, right?
Alice in Wonderland.
It's called the Queen of Hearts Garden, and it says, wander around a charming garden of roses that paint themselves red right in front of your eyes there. And you do see actually the Cheshire Cat.
And the Queen of Hearts herself, and she's about to...
I miss her.
Yeah.
I've always missed her, I think.
And there's all the roses there, and it smells very nice too. It has that rose smell to it, and I love when she kind of dissolves. There she goes.
For some reason, maybe I usually look that way after the dissolving.
Now we're in the Lion King.
So I just want to say, like, this is as much characters as you're getting. You're not seeing like real characters, but you see, it's still
We're about
subtle.
to see some Dr. Facilier.
This is Scar's Elephant Graveyard.
Oh, that was. We've passed that.
And then Dr. Facilier's friends on the other side.
Princess and the Frog area. This is great. And this is, again, most of the time if you go, other guests are walking through this great projection because it's right in front of the stairs that you have to go up. But I was very lucky to actually get to see that fully this time.
But we often go at the end of the night where it's not quite as busy as it is early on. Although sometimes, like last year, I was too tired. So the second parade sounds good to me. And I just want to say, like, each segment has the name, and I've only said like several of them. And then there's Home of the Wisps, and then Dawn. And Dawn is where you're walking out, and we're going to see that in a second. And it's just like really beautiful and bright. And last year, and maybe the last couple years, we had somebody
horns,
with Maleficent horns on.
And you didn't notice
and I loved it.
You didn't notice, but on the way in, we had someone with the horns.
I didn't notice
so
that.
it kind of swapped this time.
When you go out toward the dawn and that light and you see like Maleficent's horns in
expect
front of
Maleficent's
you.
horns to be there from other guests.
I always expect that now because I've seen it more than once.
Now, we mentioned earlier Pain and Panic. This is where we saw Megra earlier, also from Hercules.
New for this year because
they were appearing at the Buena Vista Street area. We met them last year. Oh,
that's right. Okay, but new in that area because they had, I think, Encanto characters.
Right. And now we're going to see the Sanderson sisters, and they're entering their area. This was at the end of the night. This is a little tip. If you line up before the second parade ends, they will let you in the line. But as soon as the second parade ends, they cut the line. At least they did the time we were there. We were some of the final guests to meet the Sandersons. You have Daisy there, you have Minnie, and of course Clarabelle. And it's actually a great meet and greet. I love the cauldron with all the little
there's
the bubbles that smoke. Yes.
And later on, when they left, you could just go over there and pop them, which I love.
That was fun.
It's like having bubble wrap and just popping the bubble wrap.
And here we are. And of course, this is the second party. You could tell I'm wearing my Oogie Boogie shirt. And what I loved is after all the guests finished meeting them, there was still a little time. So they just posed. They just stood there. And if you happen to be in the area, you're welcome to come up, take some pictures, take selfies, take a video clip. And they were there for about a minute and a half. I'm not even showing... I'm just showing a tiny bit, but they were there quite a long time. So that was a very nice end to the night. And what I like about Oogie Boogie Bash, even though it's officially over, it's past 11 o'clock, as you're walking out on Buena Vista Street, you're still collecting candy. All the way to the exit. On
the first night, I was just like, I'm skipping it because I had enough. How much candy does anybody need? But it is
a lot of candy.
It is a nice way to, for guests to end in the evening. There are Rice Krispie treats as well. I forgot to mention that. But I do miss the grapes, the sun chips, and the carrots. So if they ever ask me on a survey about healthy choices, that would be something that I'd like to see back.
And even the former trolley was haunted on this night. So I thought even dressed up for the holidays. Anyway, Oogie Boogie Bash. Again, I loved it. I will be going back next year for sure. Another great event for us.
We haven't even discussed next year yet. But, we're still in the midst of
We aren't even done with this year.
And then Christmas. So, we always enjoy Oogie Boogie Bash. But like for us, I think, except that I love to go to Disneyland Paris. Right. Disneyland Paris to me used to be the best of the best for Halloween, but really Disneyland Resort
They've taken that crown. They've taken it. I think Paris has slipped with their character offerings. We'll see. We'll see what happens this year. Hopefully they get it together. Well,
Disneyland Paris used to have a show and everything too. So
and the meet and greets were
better. They had so much, and
the Brambles. Who can forget the
really
Brambles?
Good too, yeah.
So much good stuff. But let's give it a chance. We haven't seen it yet this year.
So. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Halloween there. But I think Disneyland Resort is if you're going to choose one place to go for Halloween, I think we both recommend Disneyland Resort.
And that is another show. We want to thank our sponsor, MEI Travel and Mouse Fan Travel.
Head to their website, fill out that no obligation quote if you're going for Halloween time or the holidays or next year. It's time to start thinking about 2026 as well.
Especially if you're considering a cruise. There's nobody better.
And not just a Disney cruise.
Yeah, any cruise of any kind.
Right.
I mean,
they're
cruise specialists of all types.
Yes.
So next week we'll be talking more about something. I don't know what yet.
I like the something.
We have quite a bit of content, and we're still here going around Walt Disney World and finding new things. So I'm really not sure what we're going to talk about, but as I said. It will be something.
I know. I can't even think right now.
So thanks again for listening. Have a great week. Happy Halloween, and we'll see you all next week.
Have a great week.